Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. What do the trees want to talk about today? Heck yeah, I love Thursdays for this reason. I love talking to the trees. Last night I went roller skating and this guy was like, I just feel bad cutting down the grass because I know it's alive and I know trees are alive. And if he would have given me a chance to talk, I would have told him that I totally get it because every Thursday I talk to trees. But he was just rambling on and on. Yeah, so I was the listener in that interaction. Not a problem. I like saving my voice. I like giving other people a space and a platform to whatever. But it was just so funny. And I was like, this would be so funny if he'd even give me a chance to get a word in. I would tell him yeah, the trees really do have a lot to say. So today we're going to hang out with the trees. We're going to, just like last week, if you're new here, we're going to get a tree angel who's going to have a lot to guide us. And I should have looked back and even seen what last week was about. I literally just let everything go. I remember so much, but then on the other hand, I'm like, I don't even know what I did last Thursday. But if I would look, then they would all come rushing into my awareness. So there is that quote from Daryl Anka Bashar that I love to this day so much. And that is, I'll know what I need to know when I need to know it. So right now I'm in between employment and I'm letting spirit know, direct me to the perfect job. Where do you want me? Where is the best place for me to be? And right now I don't know exactly. I thought maybe it was maybe Tractor Supply or something, because then I could work with baby chicks and that would kind of make me happy. But hey, if there's a better place for me, put me there. Make it very, very much in my awareness. Until that happens though, I got other plans. I'm going to be going kayaking. I'm going to be going to Asheville. I'm going to take advantage of my quote time off. So anyways, but today we're going to talk about whatever the heck the trees want to talk about. Today we're going to hang out with the trees. But before we get into that, I want to encourage you, of course, like always, to sign up for listener support or my Patreon page or whatever. If you want to support the podcast, there are links here and there. And also, big shout out to Self Heal, our herb of the week, who really was this perfect herb for me personally. They're all perfect for me, but really this one was just so much on where I needed to be. Hey, listen, no more pointing the finger, no more blaming. Your life is your responsibility, and it is also your responsibility what you want to ripple outward. So if you want health and healing and all that good shit for yourself, make sure you are putting out that energy. Make sure you're giving yourself that. So let's do the affirmations. What was yesterday? Oh, we powered up healing, commitment, and self-esteem. See? Also very timely for me. So yeah, it's just been a really good week. I've made so much freaking progress from where I was Monday and Tuesday. I started out this week just being why does somebody tell you words and has experiences if they're just going to drop you like a hot potato? I really was wanting to understand a situation in my life. A few days later, I'm really actually not wanting to understand it. I still don't completely understand it. I have gained some insights, absolutely, from my own contemplation and reflection and meditations. But the desire to have an explanation has lessened, which has really lessened the emotional attachment to it all. I mean, yeah, in life, like when you see somebody that they like just, for whatever reason decide they don't want to love you no more, like you kind of like, well, why did they introduce me to all their friends and their family and their dog and their whole life? It's like you fall in love with someone and their life and their family and the potentiality of it all. But guess what? You got to let go of that illusion of what could have been, because it's fucking not. And it's not for a reason. And whether you understand it all or you don't, you have to trust your higher self on this one. And that is having perfect faith in the divine. So anyways, I feel much, 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 much better. It's also helping that I have a friend that offered to take me kayaking this weekend. So God bless him. God bless him. That gives me something like actually to be excited about and make me forget about everybody and everything else. So anyways, on that note, thank you, Self-Heal. Thank you, Prunella. This affirmation minute is brought to you by our herb of the week, Self-Heal Prunella, and I share them all lovingly with you. I am responsible for my journey. I breathe in light and heal myself. I ripple out positive energy. I honor my body, my heart, and my mind. I spiral deeper to understand myself and evolve. My home is love, and my heart is open to receive. I am responsible for my journey. I breathe in light and heal myself. I ripple out positive energy. I honor my body, my heart, and my mind. I spiral deeper to understand myself and evolve. My home is love, and my heart is open to receive. And so it is. Okay, holy shit. I just inhaled some rosemary essential oil, and it brightened me up right away. I opened up the Tree Angel Oracle deck by Fred Hagenader, and we really don't have that many more angels to go through. And so I was just intuitively called to a card that had a little different color to it. It caught my eye, and I thought, oh, there's no need to even hover my hand over this, because sometimes I just usually use my body clues, like physical nudges. Well, eyesight is physical too, but I usually use like the feeling in my hands if I'm like just picking a card with that, but this time it was visual. So I don't know who this is, so I'm curious because it was a very strong look at me, look at me. So the Tree Angel, that's the drum roll, the Tree Angel that we've got going on today on this very rainy day, which is making the traffic extra loud, but it's okay. I'm excited for an inside day because yesterday we went swimming and roller skating, and it's cool. It's cool to just have a chill afternoon at 1:23 p.m. Hi, Metatron, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then have game night with my neighbors tonight if they're up for it. If we're up for it. I say yes because I got this game called Llama Nose. It's like dominoes, but with llama pictures. So I'm pretty excited about that. Okay, Tree Angel, to guide us on this day. What do the trees want to talk about today? We've got number 22, Ivy. Now, right away, I'm going to turn on this light, I think. Right away, I just have to tell you that I went to Goodwill this week. And this will be on my lame vlog that's getting uploaded today on my YouTube channel, Sadie Marie Cherico. And I went to Goodwill, and literally I thought my total was going to be $100 because I freaking went nuts and bought everything that I wanted. And when I checked out, getting hooked up, getting the right color tags, getting discounts, and just like an act of grace, because like this, for the comforter I bought, she could have like, it had like 2 different color tags. One was the sale and one wasn't, and she gave me the sale price. So I literally got a comforter for like $1. So anyways, when I checked out, my total was $22. I think $22.34 actually, which is also another Metatron number. I just always think of Metatron as 1, 2, 3, 4, or the $22.34. That also made me think of Metatron. So I think that's pretty awesome that 22 is here in front of me again, because one of my most graceful, magical, heightened vibrational, I was friggin' high on life, just giddy, like it was like my escape out of misery. When I came home, I was like literally buzzing for a couple hours, and it was because when I checked out, my total was 22. So Ivy is here today with 22, and Ivy kind of like looks a little mischievous or like a stinker, but also very like, here we go, this little Ivy angel. It has very elfin fairy energy to it. Hands in giving, and there is an ivy leaf. It's saying like, here's an ivy leaf. Here it is. All right. So anyways, that's my first reaction with the number 22 and Ivy. And let's see what Ivy would like to say to us today. The Oracle of Ivy, the tree angel, says, don't ask for reward or compensation, or whether someone sometime will recognize the greatness of your actions. It makes no difference to you. There is no need for triumph. The greatest happiness is found in following your inner path. So negate what I just said about requesting you to support this podcast. This is so for me, because yeah, like right now, since like I am in between employments, I got, like I'm borderline nervous about cash coming in, like, oh man, wouldn't this be like the perfect time in my life for my subscribers and my fans and my listeners to step the fuck up? But then here's Ivy saying, hey, don't ask for reward or compensation, or whether someone sometime will recognize the greatness of your actions. Like, you need to get to the point where it makes no difference to you. There is no need for triumph, although my ego would just love to get successful, like really fucking successful, so I could like just throw it in the face of all my unsupportive friends and family and like just kind of be like, I told you so. Like my ego wants that. Like, yes, we would just love to be like, yeah, you didn't include me in your local success boyfriend, but I had bigger and better plans. You know what I mean? Like the ego wants to get on top. The ego wants to be like, yeah, look at me now. And I get that. And I'm trying to soothe my ego about that. And, because I feel bad for her. But Ivy's saying, listen, it should make no difference to you, and you shouldn't feel like you have to triumph, because you know that the greatest happiness is found in following your inner path. So if you can get on this inner journey, like we've been encouraging you to do for like 4 years now, like, could you please just finally go inside, meditate, and not give one stinking rip what anyone thinks or if anyone supports you, because you are going to be so fulfilled once you finally really, truly get on this path. You've only been dancing around the spiritual path, talking about the spiritual path, looking at the spiritual path, thinking about the spiritual path. But until you follow your inner path 100%, you're not on it yet. So Ivy does have some interesting energy. Now, so Ivy, 22. The ivy is the only tree in this oracle that has relinquished its ability to grow vertically. its backbone, so to speak. So this allows ivy to weave in and out, to climb and crawl, and to wind around things. It succeeds in places where others cannot. It protects other trees and covers ugly ruins and wounds in the earth. High in the canopies of other trees, ivy catches the light that the tree's leaves don't need. Eventually, after many years, it might begin to steal the light from its host tree, but this seldom happens, and only then in woodlands that have lost their natural harmony. And that usually occurs as a result of widespread man-made radiation from a variety of technologies. So anyways, the angel of ivy today allows you to take part in its unparalleled willingness to serve the earth. Selflessness, humility, loyalty, and modesty are Ivy's gifts. So Sam Gamgee, that's Frodo's faithful friend in Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, and from the way I said both those all of those words, you can tell I'm not like really a fan. I mean, I watched like one or two or some of them, and I had a friend who watched those movies like over and over and over and over again, and I just was like, I don't know. But anyways, Sam, Frodo's faithful friend, is a brilliant example of this principle. Absolute loyalty and devotion without any thought of reward. Yeah, definitely makes me think of Angelo and how he is so friggin' faithful to my not Baba Shop boyfriend. So anyways, I know people who have people like this. Absolutely. It's cute. In a society that predominantly values wealth and high social standing, it is particularly important for us to take note of Ivy's, quote, medicine. It is also precisely this medicine that is indispensable for the healing of the planet. It is time to change our way of thinking and choose new values. Ooh, new values. So may the green heart of Ivy weave its way around the stock market and global corporations and inspire new goals and values. Yeah, this whole like pillaging of the earth without remorse or any type of respect in the pursuit of more numbers in a bank account that's already brimming. It's like, how much money is enough for some people? Like, I just want enough and then maybe a little bit more so I don't have to ever think about it again or worry about it or just know it's always coming in. You know, just understanding that your needs will be met but not at the expense of ruining our Mother Earth. I don't want to get money that way, you know? Like one time, like when my son's dad was working for a fracking company, and he asked me, like, he was like, oh, I know you might not like this. Like, even though we weren't together anymore. And I remember being like, hey, it's your life. Like thinking, I just hope to get some child support off of you. Do you know what I mean? But then I was like, geez, maybe that's, not the way anyways. I mean, and I guess it wasn't because I really didn't get any child support off of him. And he didn't really stick with that. And yeah, it's like some people just we're just not comfortable taking from the earth or ruining her to get a dollar. So without the blessings of the Ivy Angel, without it, arrogance, self-seeking, boasting, and smugness come to the fore, and profundity gives way to shallowness. So anyways, great message for me and you and everybody from Ivy, but especially me, because like obviously it's still an issue with me feeling uncompensated for what I give. And that has carried over into this last relationship interaction. It's often in my vibrational escrow. And yeah, Ivy's right. I need to have it make no difference to me because I am tapping into the greatest happiness inside of me. And if I'm still looking outside of me for validation or compensation, then that should clue me in that I need to go within more. So just to repeat it one more time because it's so freaking cool. The Oracle of Ivy says, don't ask for reward or compensation or whether someone sometime will recognize the greatness of your actions. It makes no difference to you. There is no need for triumph. The greatest happiness is found in following your inner path. And here I am this morning being like, Spirit, where is my outer path? Where do you want me? Like, show me the path to the gold. All right. But the gold is inside of you. All right, so we're going to go to The Voice of the Trees by Mickey Mueller. And I don't know. I just want to kind of see where this is going. I mean, we could just end it here and be like, okay, everybody, the trees just want us to go meditate, but I don't know if there's a way to understand more like how we can let go of the need for external validation, like just somebody recognizing all the good that you put out or the good things you do, and it's like nobody seems to see you or care about you, let alone financially support you. And it's like that really does get disheartening to the ego. The ego gets very, very frustrated. Very. But like, you'll see me like, yeah, sometimes I have to let it out and vent and let my ego have at it. But do I ever quit? No. If I would have let my ego won that perspective, like let my ego be in charge. Like, yes, I see my ego's perspective, but then I also understand that it doesn't matter if anyone even listens to this podcast once. I will continue to bring in the message for me because it's more important to bring in that energy. And one time the Arcturian said, it doesn't matter if there is not one person that reads your book. The whole point was you writing it, bringing in the energy, creating. It doesn't matter if anyone ever even lays eyes on your artwork. The whole point is in doing it, being it, creating it, experiencing it. Like the act of creation makes a difference in the world, whether or not it's recognized and validated. It's just as important and still. And to the ego, that's utter bullshit because it's like, well, like, what's the point of doing this if nobody sees it? The point of doing it is everything. The point of doing it is creation. The point of doing it is because that's just what you do. That's like just something that you want to bring in, and that feels good to channel that energy and creation. It's still a part of creation, whether or not anyone else sees it or not. You saw it, and you're enough. You did it, you liked it, and that's plenty. Like, you're the only validation that you need. There we go. That was nice. Thank you. All right. So 22 Ivy, just totally calling my ego out, and I appreciate that so much. What else do the trees want to bring in today? Oh, okay. This one hopped out and fluttered down, and oh yes, I do feel like I had roller skates on yesterday. So it is Spindle with obligation and discipline coming in. So I love that, like, the ivy has these hands that are like giving of the ivy leaf, and now there's more hands on this card of obligation and discipline. And I have to see what's on the bottom. It's transformation, action with ash. And on the top, I'm just looking at all of them. On the top is courage and steadfastness with aspen. So I'm going to put all three to the right of ivy. We will have no symmetry today, say the trees, because ivy has no symmetry. It grows where the fuck it wants. Over here, now we're going over there. You know what? I'm going to wrap around this 13 times. There ain't nothing you can do to stop me. Now I'll go over here, there. Like, that's just how it goes. So I feel like this layout has to be a little bit ivy in its way. So we've got obligation, discipline, which is friggin' awesome because yesterday we powered up commitment. Really committing to your spiritual journey right now. And like I said earlier, not just talking about it, looking at it, thinking about it, posting Facebook memes about it. You actually need to be about it now. Do it. And that really is not talking about it or just looking at it. It's doing it. It's going inside. So it comes in with aspen, courage, steadfastness. Keep at it. Keep going. And ash, you know, it's like the spindle has the doing. The aspen has the warrior woman with her sword and her shield and her mouth open screaming. And then down here at the bottom we have ash, where the man is sharpening his spear with this transformation and action, but he's very calm. So we did the doing, we did the screaming, we did the releasing, we did the clearing, we did the deconstruction of the belief systems, and then we end up down here in this really peaceful moment. Yes, we will still take action and we will still continue our transformation, but we don't have to be such a blubbering spiritual warrior about it. I was going to say idiot, but that was a little harsh. But it's like, you know, at some point, if you don't reel it in and get real about it and go within, you are being an idiot. Because you're not actually following where the path is trying so hard to lead you. You just got caught up in the image, or you got caught up in, I don't know, like when you're just talking about something so much, but then you never actually do it, then you're missing that element of discipline. You're missing that element of steadfastment and commitment. You're missing that mind training. So yeah, if you're having trouble like focusing in, like, I mean, I did and do, definitely. I know the Course in Miracles was helping me a lot. I really do want to get back to that, but I just don't know like when the day is going to let me do it, you know? So I'm just getting back to getting vlogging, and then hopefully the time will happen that like I have enough of everything put together that I can stop time, which I used to be able to do really good, and just do so much, get so much published and accomplished. But right now, the biggest thing that I need to publish and accomplish is going within, like Ivy said. So spindle, aspen, and ash. Now these tiny little cards really do have a ginormous guidebook. So I'm just going to read the divining charms that go with each of them. And since I opened up to ash first, I will read you this one. She boasted upon him, a warrior strong, to sharpen his steel, to face down the throng. Now peace must be checked. There's action to take, like the strength of the sun that appears at daybreak. So Ash is saying it will take strong action to break the inertia that is affecting you right now. Sometimes it's best to play along and do your best to keep the peace, but this is not that time. Often you need to create a little friction or even face a conflict in order to grow. And this is the message that the Ash card has for you. You have planned as much as you can. Now it's time to go into the situation at hand and take care of business. Facing a challenging situation will transform you and help you forge a new reality. So I know with like my daughters and this custody stuff that I'm in, and really seeing the effects of a potential alienation syndrome that has occurred now because of all this, I really am just ready to be like, enough is enough. I am so ready to close this chapter, this book, and start fresh and start new. And I am, not to be judging, but as far as the ex is concerned, I am disgusted of you. And I just, know that the time is coming, and it's just, we're done here. We're done with this game. So yeah, that's why this Ash is saying, yep, you just tried to be cool and let it ride itself out, but okay, how many months later, it's time to sharpen your spear and pop this balloon, this buffoon. Okay, so what else do we have going on here? Let's see, I don't know if these are in any type of order. So we're also looking for Aspen and Spindle. Okay, I see Spindle and her divining charm as she spins her wonderful thread there says, patient work you will need to fulfill, your knowledge and skill indispensable. Your tasks bring honor to you and your clan, and community spirit, be you woman or man. So this is all about obligation and discipline. And she's saying that you will need self-discipline in order to stay focused and complete your tasks at hand. So yeah, if I'm going to finish out this podcast, oh wait, congratulations everybody. This is the 400th episode. So I definitely do feel like commitment and discipline should be part of my middle name, because I've sort of proven that. But it's like, if I want to finish out, like I think this herb of the week was like 51, and like, is there like 60 that I was planning on doing or something? I can't remember the total number, but it's like, if you want to finish out, it's going to take some serious focus to make sure you keep showing up, because here, like in another month, everything's going to change. Another month, everything's going to change. And then holidays, it's like, hello, if you're going to commit to this, stay focused. It's not going to just, be the simplest thing. The work you do is very important and honorable, and you can take pride in your accomplishments. So yeah, like I said, even if only one person listens to this, or none persons, but it is really awesome that so many of you tune in, so thanks. Because it is work, and you are doing the work along with me. The work that we just come together and chit-chat about here is very valuable. Your skills are needed by your family and perhaps even by your community, and your abilities have the potential to boost your status. So yeah, this energetic work really does not usually get too much recognition or appreciation. However, if you're doing it, it makes a difference. It makes a difference in your life and the people around you and your community. So Spindle says you may be up for a promotion, more responsibility, or even a new career. A new opportunity may come as a big surprise or a sudden change, as the wheels seem to have been set in motion by outside forces. Your ability to make something out of nothing, which I am really good at, may benefit you as you attempt to roll with these changes in an unselfish manner. So that's what Spindle has to say. And, that gets me kind of excited because, there could be something in the works that's going to be a little bit of a surprise, or you weren't quite expecting, like you think you want this job, but hey, look at this job. This one might actually be better for you. And I am totally cool about that, So, all right. Then I want to find this warrior woman Aspen, she's intimidating. Like, she looks like she's ready to charge and stab somebody in the heart. Just courage and steadfastness. Like, don't succumb to fear. Don't be deterred. Like, you know what your mission is, or where you're supposed to be, or how you're supposed to be it. So keep on going, and that will help you in your transformation and your obligations and all that. So the divining charm from Aspen, the fair birch's kinsman may tremble, but right by your side as you test your mettle, it's distinguished and brave going into the fight, a true friend in battle to rally your might. So Ivy was talking about that type of friend that, like, literally is so devoted without any expectation of reward or anything. It's just the truest type of energy, and that's what Aspen's coming into. And aspen trees, they pretty much live in a community and really close to each other, and they talk to each other and hold hands under the ground. And that's what it's saying. You are in a position where you will have an opportunity to face and conquer your fear. You will see a way to use your feelings of apprehension as a friend. You will find courage within you for the battle ahead, and you will be steadfast in your decisions. You will find great strength as you battle your own dark side, and you will need those lessons in order to progress as you embrace your warrior spirit. You will undergo a test of your mettle. Remember, when a person has courage, it doesn't mean that they are never afraid. It means that they are able to overcome that fear in order to do what simply must be done. Sometimes the right thing to do isn't the easiest thing. So it's really kind of not the greatest message for me personally, because it's just basically saying there's a lot of hard work and battle and confrontation and facing fears and discipline, and it's not going to be an easy ride. The road's going to be rocky, and you're going to be tested, and you probably won't be compensated or acknowledged or recognized, but you still have to keep on going anyways, because that's what you signed up here for. All right. I'm beginning to not like Thursdays. Okay, so where else do we want to go? Enough of this Celtic shit for a second. They're all about friggin' taking care of business here. I just want to get, hopefully a little hug from the Wisdom of the Trees Oracle, or at least maybe some more positive things for me to think about. Because I don't know, I just really, maybe because I'm already kind of tired, but that message coming in, or the outlook, because it definitely was more of a futuristic outlook that the trees wanted to bring forth today. I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me? But thanks for the heads up. I mean, if it's not going to be easy, it's not going to be easy, and I appreciate you telling me. All right, so the tree coming in is Hornbeam. Okie doke. So I'm going to actually put Hornbeam over to the right of the three Voice of the Trees card. So we're moving right, because I just felt like the hands are pointing right. The guy's spear, he's pointed right. She is definitely charging forward with her courage and steadfastness, right? So we are going to extend a card over here as far as I can go here with the Hornbeam, because there's just such a flow of energy with these three cards. Now, Ivy, she can go anywhere. I feel like she also wants to kind of, go south and upward. She has a lot of potential. Now, these Hornbeam trees are kind of twisty and turny, in their growth, they didn't grow vertical straight. They sort of had some movement to them, for sure. So it's with the brown suit, which is the trunk and healing. And I opened right up to it. Hornbeam is about strength. So see what I mean? Like, here we go, tough girl. Like, keep being strong. And I guess I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, even if you are a warrior and you know you can do it, you still have moments where you get a little weary or a little bit tired or exhausted even. Sometimes I have, so it's just like, would have been nice to be like, yep, you're going to paradise. But no, I get the ash tree and ivy and aspen and the spindle and now a hornbeam with strength. And the Deva says, I am one of the forest's strongest trees. I can help you to withstand the pressures and strains of life so that you grow from the experience and become more secure and confident. So it is indeed a blessing because I'm certainly on the warrior path and there's no weakening at this point. Only more security, more confidence, more powering up of self-esteem in my ability to know that I can do it. And Hornbeam says, yeah, this is a good time for you to work on new ideas, especially ones relating to personal projects, and to cultivate your creative talents. These will lead to fresh opportunities, and your renewed enthusiasm will rekindle your passion for life. So yeah, that is exactly the fuel that I could really use right now. Like something new. Like my friend Osceola, the Oracle, was like, he's like, get over to TikTok with me and do live streams. And I'm like, okay. And then today, like, Facebook gave me an ad for OnlyFans, and I've only ever heard jokes that like only sluts are on OnlyFans, so I didn't know that artists could be on there. And then I was like, well, maybe I should do something like that, like hang out more with the people that I want to hold space for, like on a different platform. So I might look into something that would like renew my enthusiasm. So whether like I can share my creative projects on other platforms or expand and do more. And yeah, like that could be maybe something to do. See, like if Hornbeam was inversed or talking about the negativity, like if we're not feeling up to doing that, then yeah, she wants to talk about your faltering self-doubt. You know, it's like your faltering self-worth and self-esteem. Like if you're full of self-doubt, it's going to be hard on you to cultivate your creative talents. And even though a lot of people admire you for your strength of purpose and character, you might not be seeing it in yourself. Not the admiration, just the abilities that you have. So she's saying, listen, don't be so hard on yourself, okay? Like, you're tough. You can do this, but you really could just have a tad bit more self-confidence. Okay, which will add to your commitment and your healing and your transformation and your action and your courage and your steadfastness and your obligations and your discipline and getting them done and going within and not caring what everyone else thinks of you. All right, so that's the message so far from the trees today. I think what I'm going to do is just wrap it up with a Celtic tree oracle and then just let it sink in and go do some push-ups, I guess. All right. So I respect what the trees are saying here, like absolutely, but I am still human and we are still allowed to ask questions. And what I don't personally understand is, so spirit or my higher self or whatever obviously wants me to be on this path of putting myself out there and, you know, doing cards and videos and teaching what I've learned and all of this. And even though I've tried to quit a million billion times, I'm not allowed. I don't allow myself. My higher self won't let me. Spirit won't let me. Like, I feel terrible to not do it. Like, so I know I'm gaining a lot of benefit from it, and it seems like that's supposed to be my path. So then, like, what I don't understand is why I don't get the, like, spiritual hookup to also be able to make money from what I do. You know what I mean? Like when I was asking Spirit, like, show me the perfect place to work, I chimed up inside and thought, why isn't the perfect place for me to work in front of my microphone, which you will still have me do anyways? Like why can't, like, I wake up and be creative and that be my financial thing that I do? Do you know what I mean? Like, why can't I just do what I do? And so anyways, like, I get what Spirit is saying to me. I just don't understand why Spirit doesn't help me out. Like, at what point is Spirit gonna help me out in my life? Because, like, I really don't even need to make that much money, but, like, I do have a mortgage now in utilities. So, like, I really just need to make like $1,000 a month to live comfortably, and that's really not that much money at all, you know. And it's like why can't that happen for me? I would just like to know. So anyways, I'm just putting that out there for the trees. And I know what Ivy said initially, like, that I shouldn't look for validation. Like, it's beyond that. Like, I still have to pay bills, Spirit. Like, I'm still, like, responsible for things. Like even without the egoic desire of being validated, like, why can't you just hook me up enough to be able to continue to do what you always fucking asked me to do? And, like, why is that not happening? I'm just putting that out there for Spirit. Okay. All right. Yeah, because I get annoyed a little bit. Or just confused. Like, okay, fine, I'll still do what you want me to do. But, like, oh, so you also want me to go at this job, too, that, like, really isn't spiritual. I mean, of course, I try to make it as... I try to help whoever I'm around. And maybe that's what I'm doing too. Like, they're just like, yeah, well, we just want to make sure you still leave your house every once in a while. Like, I promise I'll leave the house every once in a while. Like why can't you just, like, take care of me financially? I'll promise I'll still go out. But they're like, yeah, but if you have to go to work, like, we know you'll go there. But I don't know. It's like, why does it always have to be so much hard work? Okay. Fine, whatever. Let's do a Celtic tree attunement, because I need to be attuned, and then I need to, I guess, figure out my life. Okay, here we go. Ivy's telling me to settle down. Ash is telling me to focus. Aspen's saying, listen, maybe you do need to scream it out, and that's fine. But then Spindle's saying, like, get to work. And Hornbeam is saying, be strong. So, yeah, that's fine. But, like, I was thinking about these jobs that I am applying for. It's using my body like a man. Like, these jobs are hard work. And even though I was denial in a while that I am 43, you know, like when I was seeing a 29-year-old, and hey, I kept pace just fine, no trouble there. So I am a very, very, very supple, strong, and powerful human. But, like, sometimes these job requirements, like, for what they're giving you an hour, like, they really just, like, want way too much from your body. So anyways, fine, whatever, Spirit, if that's what I'm supposed to do, but I really want to get that personal clarity, and soon. Thank you. All right, that was the longest voicemail ever to Spirit. That's exactly what that was. I called Spirit, I got their voicemail, and I literally just went on for 5 minutes. Is that why they don't call me back? All right, so let's end our hangout with the tree guides today and get a tree from the Celtic tree oracle, but one fell out, which is actually 2. So I guess, like, we're gonna still hang out for a little bit, because now we have 2 cards to talk about. We have 24 and 23, and it is I'm going to put this one up top. Oh, wow. We're going to put 23 up top, which is honeysuckle, completely freaking illuminated, gorgeous. And then we have the beach, number 24. Be the beach you want to be in the world. And it has 2 leaves on it. So I feel like that has like some partnership energy. 23 is obviously enlightened, kind of lighted energy for me. Like, hey, remember what Ivy said? Like, if you go on that inner journey, that actually is the only thing that should matter to you. None of this external validation stuff will make a difference. But I just, you know, since my mother's name is also on this house, I just don't want to disappoint her and be late with the mortgage, you know. So I really hope, and I feel reassured, that's not going to be a problem. We're going to get the income flowing in again, and no trouble. But you've got to prioritize going within. And I instinctively closed my eyes and put my fingers on my third eye, like just as I was saying that. It was like, as a puppeteer, spirit took hold of my hand and did that. Like, listen, you have to start going within, like it was your job, like you are a professional meditator, like that is what you're getting paid for. Don't get annoyed that you're not, but like take it that seriously. Okay, fine. I just want to run away from this reading so much because I can kind of sense what it's going to entail in a lot of ways. But also it's just saying, you know what, like don't give up on all these dream seeds that you have planted over the years and keep doing what you love to do. I mean, there are people that are counting on you to run your mouth and bring messages in because it coincides so perfectly with the experience that they're having and with the messages that they're receiving, like confirmations out the wazoo. And they really do appreciate you. But just unfortunately, a lot of them, people are in the same financial boat as you. So, I mean, I get it. Like when I say, like, can you guys pledge $1.99? And maybe you don't have that. But then, you know, maybe you do. Like maybe you could squeeze it out and make a difference in my world. All right, that's it. 23, 24. I love that they are in order too. Now I have literally shuffled those cards 300 times as we go through the deck and allow each one to tune us for the remainder of our time together. And yeah, that is hilarious that regardless of the shuffling and the messing up, 23 and 24 have found us. And see, oh my God, it just hit me. Ivy's 22, and then 23, and then 24. Okay, Metatron is here today, absolutely. That is really fun. That makes me want to cry. With a big old smile on my face. Oh my God, especially because I didn't see it until I saw it. That cracks me up too. Like, it's like a snake that's like laughing, like when it's right in front of your face. It's like, she can't even see me. Yeah, I know. 22, 23, and 24. So we definitely have this Metatron energy. So in saying that, I am going to go grab Metatron's cube. And I usually charge my phone on this gold-plated cube a lot. And I'm going to put it to the left of these cards, just so I can acknowledge to the energy of Archangel Metatron that I am fully aware of you. Thank you. He does come around every once in a while. It's a big, big energy. And just to bring him in a more solid way. Now, this is a really awesome layout. It's very wide, very expansive, you know, not symmetrical. Like I said, Ivy wasn't going to let us do that today, but now with Metatron's cube over there, it seems balanced or just like harmonious, peaceful, complete. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so 22, 23, 24. Okay, that is so funny. 2, 3, 4. And like $22.34 is what I spent at Goodwill. So it's just been like a funny number week, and I acknowledge it. Okay. So let's see what Honeysuckle has to say, since we have to go in order, I suppose. And then we'll end with Beech. So what an assortment. Like we've ivy, ash, aspen, hornbeam, honeysuckle, and beech. And a spindle to work with. Like there's a lot to do here. Like there's a lot to do. Like, you know, the ash, he's cleaning and sharpening his blade. Spindle's working with that. Aspen's very much active. Ivy's giving and offering and being of service. And here we have honeysuckle very brightly and gloriously shining her light. So the key words for this card are seeking, hidden secrets, the lantern that lights the path, the need to protect something important, soul, discovery, bringing light to the darkness, hidden treasure, illumination, clarity, restoration, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So that's funny because I was like talking about show me the gold earlier. Hey, you cannot tell me that trees do not have a sense of friggin' humor, because I think they're funny today. Absolutely. So yes, and I'm looking up and seeing my gold dust plant, and yeah, it's like I don't just want dust. I want a whole friggin' pot, okay? I don't just want little speckles of scraps anymore. Like I'm ready to cash in. I really am. Now, I love that one of the totems of the honeysuckle is hummingbirds, because I've thought a lot about them today, but it also can be like moths, lapwing, peewit, bees, labyrinth, DNA. There's a lot of totems. The guides and deities can include Merlin, the crone or hermit archetype, or medicine man or woman. So yeah, we definitely connected with the medicine man and woman yesterday. I always connect with the hermit and the crone. And yeah, Merlin, like, come on, like, can we please cash in this in magical ways? Like, okay, come on, spirit. I am ready to step into my abundant nature. Now, the honeysuckle is in the class of peasant, so we'll see what we can learn today. The honeysuckle represents hidden secrets that we are meant to discover. The winding ways of this vine, so we have two vines now. The winding ways of this vine represents the labyrinth and the pathways to the inner life. So honeysuckle is coming in to completely support the message of ivy. The hermit, or ancient medicine woman, holds the lantern for us as we make our way into ourselves. There is a store of great treasure and knowledge there for us to discover if we will but begin the journey. We are encouraged to heal that which has been denied or repressed. We are invited to proceed with caution and enlist our spiritual helpers so they can help light the darkness and illuminate the path of enlightenment. All right, so definitely the inner path is where we be going. We're going. I mean, or you cannot, but seriously, aren't you fucking going there with me? Well, within you, within your own self, and I'll go in myself, but isn't that your path now? It's hard to argue with this message because it's so clear cut. So honeysuckle in a reading has to do with the search for inner knowledge. So I can say, I can ask questions outside of me and like just wait for an answer like a dummy. But if I really actually want to find the answer, I have to go within me. And that's how it goes. Like I ask the question and then guess who tells me the answer? Me. Like I get my own answers to my questions. So if I could just commit even more to doing that within, going into that space inside of me that's just a treasure waiting to be found, I really could be blown away. And then like I really get what Ivy's saying, like none of this other shit's gonna matter, because you're gonna be having such a real experience within you. But I still want to go kayaking this weekend. All right, so anyways, this flowering vine helps us discern false from true and choose that which is worthwhile. This woodbine is an ally. It provides protection and reminds you to stay true to yourself. Although you may find many distractions as you travel your path, this vine symbolizes a focused journey into the self and the soul. It signifies your spiritual journey and encourages you to keep learning, expressing your true nature, and evolving. Honeysuckle may also come to let you know it is time to shine the light for others, so that they too can look into the mysteries and discover the treasure of their inner lives. By offering encouragement and insight, you may bring light to others' darkness and empower them to embark on their own inner journey. Like I just did with you, and like the Arcturians literally this morning, that was their message. Like you have to step into your guru role and lead people and help people and be of service, which I am ready to do. I've been doing it, but I've been doing it with the harassment of my ego the entire fucking time. So I feel like Spirit's saying to me, aren't you ready to do what that you came here to do without that burden of wanting to be validated, without that burden of expectation of a return from others, just serving to serve because you are of the light, because you are here in the name of service to the highest good of the all. Won't it be so incredibly glorious to just be able to participate in life that way and let go of the old way? Yeah, the old egoic way. So anyways, Honeysuckle says discovery is emphasized. Be willing to learn about and explore your own inner world. So it's all about the inner world today. It's just so funny. I mean, the trees are always pretty freaking steadfast in what they want to say. But today it's like, whoa, I pulled from 1, 2, 3, 4 different decks, and they're just all completely like inner journey, inner journey, inner journey, inner journey. Like just this ridiculous repetition, because apparently that's what we need to hear. So be willing to learn and discover and explore your own inner world. See yourself as an archaeologist investigating the layers of your own inner world. And so that's kind of like what Self-Heal said this week too, like spiraling deeper and deeper into understanding and self-awareness. It's like you get a little bit more and then you dig a little bit deeper and you go a little bit inward, inward, inward. And there's just so much hidden treasure to find. Although you may dig up hidden things that disturb you, you also bring light into the dark hidden places. And light brings the healing. That's why we breathe it in with our affirmations this week with All Heal, with Prunella. She wants us to keep dropping light into our centers and lighting up that inner world and bring the healing. So Honeysuckle says you also reconnect with your own gifts and talents and empower your own expression. So when you do this, you will benefit. Remember that it is your environment that affects the DNA. Light and love encourage the healthy patterns within your genes to be activated. Learn to apply positive thoughts, feelings, and actions to old habits of negativity. Become responsible for creating an environment of joy and health. So in those two sentences, Honeysuckle just completely integrated everything we've been doing this week here at Ho. Right? All heal, brought in that health and healing, and being responsible for creating an environment of joy and health, and having the discipline to become responsible and applying positive thoughts and feelings and actions to old habits of negativities. So that just brought in the spindle and the ash tree and the aspen and everything. Just everything is so in alignment for being on this path. I am the honeysuckle, and I offer you the lovely scent of my flowers. I attract beauty and offer sweet nectar for the hummingbirds and the bees. I am here to remind you of your own sweetness and your own ability to attract good things into your life. You attract beauty when you choose beautiful thoughts, feelings, actions, and activities. You are growing new things. Allow yourself to develop naturally. Cultivate your inner garden with seeds of love and intention. Follow the spiraling pattern that I create as I grow, and know that this is how you too grow. Follow the spiral into your center and out again. What is hidden can be found. Pay attention to synchronicities and dreams. These are your allies in discovering your own inner knowing and true essence. At the center of your heart lie desires and dreams and aspirations. Great treasure is available within you. Bring these inner resources to the light so they can be shared. Bring them forward for activation. They hold the secret to your soul's purpose and your spiritual journey. Okay, so a couple of things. First, did that make you think of the peach tree that we pulled on Tuesday with our tarot reading? Enjoying your sweetness. What was it that said that was just so beautiful? It made me think of self-heal, of course, with the spiraling pattern. Like, I'm like, whoa, what's up? Here is the spiral again. But the honeysuckle said, I am here to remind you of your own sweetness and your own ability to attract good things into your life. And I really thought of that peach tree on Tuesday, saying how to heal this is enjoy, or how to protect your energy. It was the last card. How to protect your energy is enjoy your own sweetness, right? And that's what's going to vibrationally protect you, because if you're enjoying your own sweetness and if you're loving yourself, you will attract sweet things. You will attract loving things. So make sure you're taking care of yourself. So I just uploaded lame vlog, getting back to self-care. And as I was hitting publish, saving it, releasing it out onto the world, I closed my eyes and prayed with the energy of Metatron around me, and I said, thank you. Thank you for making money, letting me make money from doing the things that I love. And now my ego wanted to scoff at that because it's not that much money. But technically, I do make money, some money. I do technically make money from doing that which I love. So it's really important, I think, for me to hear this, that I need to step into that attitude of gratitude, that energy of thankfulness, that vibration of appreciation, and say thank you for letting me make some money, or not even some, don't even put a judgmental adjective on it. Like, thank you for the money. Thank you for making money off of what I love. Thank you for allowing me to make money off of doing what I love. And just get into that energy. So who cares if it's only $30 or $50 or whatever bucks? Like, get into being grateful for what you are doing so that you can be a vibrational match to more of it and continue it. Because I do love doing what I love. Like, I love making lame vlogs. I criticize them and whatever, but like, I friggin' love doing that shit. And yeah, so thank you for thank you, YouTube, for approving me for ads. You know, like, if you would listen to old hoes on YouTube, I'll make some money. You know what I mean? Like, if you share a video of mine and it has an ad on it, yeah, it's just change, literally. Like, you know, but at least it's something. And I do make money off of doing what I love. We cannot argue with that, Sadie. So we will be thankful, because technically it is true. It is true. I do make money off of doing what I love. So, of course, you know, the ego wants to chime in and ruin that, but we're just going to move forward now into 24 beach. Into 24 beach. So anyways, this last lame vlog was 44 minutes and 45 seconds. So again, there's another consecutive number for me. That's a really long vlog. Whoa. But it really didn't take that long to upload now that I have the budget Wi-Fi. Like, that really did make a difference. And for 44 minutes, like, it didn't take like as long as I thought it would. So hey, we'll see how it goes. We'll see if it gets any views or not. And like the Arcturian said, even if it doesn't really matter, because the whole point is to make the creation. All right, so let me close my phone, grab the book, and go to number 24. So yeah, lots of consecutive numbers. And that's what Honeysuckle was saying too. Like, make sure you pay attention to the synchronicities and the dreams, okay? These are your allies. So numbers, for me, have been an ally of mine for a real long time. And I think it's super cool that they are stepping up their game in a lot of ways. And so, yeah, like Metatron's like, yo, you like numbers? We got numbers. You want numbers? We got numbers. Like, we really can have some fun with this. All right, so even though the first 5 cards were all about hard work and courage and fear, facing your fears and transforming and taking action and obligations and discipline and being steadfast and being strong and whatever, it's like, we're going to end with this reminder that, like, we can still have sweetness, we can still have beauty, we can still have fun, we can still have magical synchronicities, we can still enjoy this. Enjoy. Spell it with an I. It makes more sense. Inner journey. Enjoy. Woo! Enjoy your inner journey. Yeah, absolutely. So 24 beach, the totems are keys, like actual keys, ancient text or spell books, snake. And that was funny because I made a snake joke a little bit ago. Sorry for pointing out all the funnies, but hey, that's how I train myself to be more positive and to, you know, use that to my advantage. At some point, I'm sure it seems redundant, but that's the work that you have to do. I know I've probably told you this before if you've hung out with me for a long time, but remember when I had to really crack my negative repetitive thinking, I kept headphones on all the time and listened to Abraham Hicks' playlists nonstop on repeat. I even slept with her talking in my ear in case I would wake up. She would be the first thing that I would hear. I was that diligent to say, listen, this negative circular thinking that is just beating me up constantly around the clock stops now. And I will replace it with Esther Hicks if that's what it takes for me to break free from it. And it did the trick. And so I don't have to do that anymore, but I still have to make sure that, like, if I need a little repetition that's in my favor, I will commit to doing that. So the deities and guides are the great goddess in all her forms, the archangels, Merlin again, Thoth, ascended masters, and ancient ancestors. So we really could be just coming on a time where, like, you're ready to discover something newer and deeper. Yes, we want to find it within, but we have these ancient texts and we have these ascended masters and guides who are so excited to help us and ready to help us and have literally just been waiting for us to catch up. So the key words with 24 Beach is ancient knowledge and teachings, generations, books, texts, and scrolls, guidance from the past. I hope my book is on the porch waiting for me because that codependency book is here today, and I just think I'm ready to devour it and absorb it. But anyways, guidance from the past, wisdom, ancestors, and lineages. So that is cool, and we've had that energy lingering around us all week for sure. So the beech is associated, this is 2 E's, the beech tree is associated with ancient wisdom keepers. The teachings from the past are stored in old objects, special power places upon the earth, and writings. And then if you watch my vlog, if you do, if you don't, I'll just tell you, you'll see that when I was on my Goodwill shopping spree, I found 2 decorations that were really kind of unique and different. I'm not saying they're ancient. I'm just saying they held some different energy. They were both gold. One was actually 18 karat, like gold plated, whatever. And then the other one had the energy of gold, and it was a metal sculpture. Like, it probably was just spray painted iron, but whatever. Like, but I felt like that was more of the energy that I wanted to bring into my space. So be really aware of what you're drawn to, genuinely. Like, oh my God, like I really need more gold in my life, and or whatever it is for you. And when I saw the honeysuckle and her lit up with her golden flower, and it just, she was so lighted like a freaking firework over there, I got excited. Like, so that's the thing that, like, oh, okay, I got to actually watch when I do get that spark of joy inside of me. That's what I want to be around. So this tree, this beech tree, offers guidance from the past and can support new insight and sustenance. Beech is the mother of the woods and is queen to the king oak. She provides grounding and a strong foundation for any area of study or research. It is interesting to note that the words beech and book have the same origins. So that is very interesting. So actually what we're receiving right now is the message that we are being asked to study, to do research, or gather information. So this actually feels more like the beginning of these cards, where it's like, oh great, more work. But if you're a spiritual nerd like me, it's like you're fine with the homework and the research and the gathering of information, because when you study these things, you're studying yourself. Like, I constantly pick up the book Women Who Run with Wolves, that has these archetypal stories, because as we study the stories, we're studying ourselves. When we go over to the podcast Herbal Marie and we go through the cards of the Herbal Tarot, we're studying those archetypes, and as we do, we are learning about ourselves. So it's all very self-serving, and that makes it worth it, in my opinion. So you might be particularly drawn to ancient information or seeking guidance from the ancient past. You might seek lost wisdom or guidance and information from your elders. Perhaps you feel drawn to research your own lineages or travel to distant lands and sacred sites or countries that were home to your ancestors. You may feel drawn to write your own book to share such knowledge. Beach is just planting these seeds and invitations inside of you. The beach is full of the ancient mysteries of the British Isles. When this card appears in your reading, you may fulfill a desire to visit a place connected with your past. You may have stories about your ancestors or lineages to share. You may receive information when handling old objects. If so, spontaneous stories and characters may come into your consciousness, which you will feel compelled to write down and share. So as if the first 5 cards didn't feel like enough work, you just might also be inspired to write a friggin' book. Okay, there it is. Maybe it's time to go back to school and do serious research and study. So if it jives with you, then ask yourself, what have you always wanted to learn more about? Like, I really wanted to present my son with this question, actually, because it's like, if he's going to wait a year to decide, like, what he wants to do, like, you don't have to postpone your learning. Like, what do you want to learn about? Like, you can still study whatever. Studying is studying. Learning is learning. Like, what is it that you want to learn about? So hopefully, with or without me actually saying that, he will do that. Everyone should do that. I, to this day, love to study. But yeah, my biggest thing I like to study is myself. So when you get this card, you may want to commit to a plan. Yeah, okay, Beach. We've been powering up our commitment all week. We get it. We get it. We got the spindle, like, absolutely. We got the ivy. Everything's been telling us. So whether that's your own self-study, class, a full program, whatever it is that you're being drawn to, do it. This tree also offers you grounding and is able to create sacred space for you. Call in the energy of beach and ask for guidance and wisdom. The information you may need may come from a wise person, a book, a dream, or your intuition. If you are beginning a project, this tree offers you a strong foundation. Here we are with hornbeam energy, a strong foundation and stability. You may be involved with a project for a full year and have to be diligent to bring it to completion. Okay, now the shit's just funny. Beach will help you stay with your task. So personally, I feel like I'm supposed to continue to stay on task, finish out the herbs that I said I was going to do, finish out my series on my YouTube channel with A Course in Miracles. Just keep on. Don't quit. Don't quit. It'll literally kill you. You'll have no energy flowing through you. Like, don't quit yet. Keep on going. But yeah, this is just hilarious that all of these cards have worked together 100% to just really encourage us to be diligent and disciplined and use our abilities. I was going to say skills that we have learned to enhance our abilities of manifesting exactly what we want. We can do it. We actually absolutely can do whatever it is that we put our mind to. I am the beech tree. I am a book to you, and I encourage the learning of wisdom. You may be involved in a project or endeavor that will take an entire year to complete. Thus, you will be working through a whole cycle. It may involve schooling or higher education with a specific goal or degree in mind. You may have an idea for a scholarly project or for writing a book. Whatever your project, it may take great effort to complete. I encourage you to work hard and be diligent, and I ask you not to give up. This is your soul work. I am your solid foundation and your resolve. Connect to me for strength and guidance. I am the voice of your ancestors, whose aspirations are your own dreams and intentions and desires. I am evolution, dreaming through you. I am your lineages, sharing their wisdom with you. Do not be discouraged. What is it you require? State your needs and invite our help, for we are the ancient ones, and we are here to support you. Wow. So yeah, I think I stated what I needed, and I needed you guys to financially support me. But the beautiful thing about that message was Spirit is with us all the time. You're never alone. You're not doing this alone. Even when you think you're alone, you're not. Your lineage is with your ancestors, your guides, your angels, your spirit animals, like everything. Your higher self is always with you. You're never doing this alone. So it is time to ask for what you need and stay committed to the task at hand. Be strong. Stay steadfast. Use your mental discipline. You've signed up for long-term goals and projects and creations, and so I hope you're ready to follow it through. And personally, that's why I want money, because I just want to maybe not have to have these dumbass jobs that exhaust me and throw me off of a good recording schedule. And I do want to finish my year-long commitment to A Course in Miracles narrations and study. I feel like if that is my work, then yes, Spirit, I am asking you now to step up and support me and make that work that is kind of hard work as easy as it can be, because you've taken care of all the things that, unnecessarily throw me off track. That's what it is, man. Things keep throwing me off track. If I could just plow through without any distractions and not letting myself get into exhaustion, that'd be great. So anyways, pretty fucking funny, you guys, and thanks so much for hanging out. Thank you, Honeysuckle. Thank you, Beach. Thank you, Ivy. Thank you, Spindle. Thank you, Ash. Thank you, Aspen. And thank you, Hornbeam, for coming in and just really pounding that message out that we need to enjoy our inner journey and stay steadfast to our soul's purpose.